Yeah, hello and welcome right here to the Change Reality Show. I'm right here with my dear wife, my queen, and we here kicking it live right here at the Arizona State Fair. And we here for the Copper Gloves tonight, and we give a shout out to Kelly Finn and Uncle Al Finn, my wife's uncle, who started the Copper Gloves, and we just here enjoying ourselves, having a good time. And we're going to go inside in a minute, but we wanted to give all our fans and all our viewers and all our members what's happening and updating them on we here putting in work as usual, you know? So I'm going to pass the mic to the missus.
Hello, hello. Like he said, we're out at the 42nd Annual Copper Gloves Boxing Tournament here at the Arizona State Fair. It's a yearly event founded by Mr. Al Finn, who is also my uncle. And after his passing, is continued by his daughter Kelly and the rest of the Finn family. So, you know, like we promised you before, we're out here once again sponsoring this event and interviewing the young kids, videotaping the fights, and bringing it all to you. They're off the streets, they're doing good things, and we're really proud of them. So we're just happy to be here once again, celebrating with family and friends and the boxing community. Thank you, and stay tuned.
And also, don't forget, we're going to be at American Legions on December 15th. And we're going to be having a great time again. That's going to be the second event put on this year. And that's going to be an annual event as well. And once again, we would like to give all thanks to the American Legion, where the event will be put on. And once again, the Streets Don't Love You Back movement will be sponsoring that event as well. And I just want to thank all the Streets Don't Love You Back members across the country, in the federal, state prisons, out here in the street, those who's educating these young kids that drugs, gangs, and violence is all a dead end, man. You know, you end up dead in the penitentiary. And the only thing you got to do is look at the stats, man. There's no successful drug dealers running around here in the street. The federal DEA, the government, man, the local police, the robbery boys, and the snitches, all that is against you, bruh. So it's best to get your education, be something in life. If you got kids, stay in your kids' life and raise them up, man, and educate them, because the street life, man, that's all a dead end, bro. Just look at the stats, like I said, you know. There's nothing in that life but a headache, and that's a headache you truly don't want to have, man. So much love once again, and we send out much love to our family members as well, and we send out much love to my wife's father and family, and we send out much love to my mother and family. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. Peace.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly seen. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still red. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and our home of the brave.
Okay, welcome right here to the Change Reality Show. We're at the Arizona Copper Gloves here tonight. We're just ending the fight. We're right here with former heavyweight fighter Tony the Tongan Terror Fulani. And Tony, We want to talk to you a little bit tonight. Tell us a little bit about your past here in Arizona and your fights here at the Arizona Copper Gloves. Mr. Al Finn was his manager during his reign here in Arizona. And Tony, welcome back to Arizona, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started fight here in Arizona 1981 in Copper Gloves, right here, right in this spot right here. And I have a few amateurs. Then I won the regional Golden Gloves in Las Vegas. Then I turned professional, and then I become the heavyweight champion of Arizona for 5 years and cruiserweight champion. And then I moved out of USA to Australia, New Zealand, the South Pacific. And I won the heavyweight champion of the South Pacific. Then I turned around and came back later and fought George Foreman, and I lost in second round. So I turned to become a coach, and I have many boxers, around 400 boys, and this is one of it. And hopefully this guy will listen to me, and we go all the way.
All right, Tony, and we know that you're training now. You took somebody to the Olympics a few years ago, and you've been training ever since you had a back injury and you couldn't box anymore. You know, and we're happy to welcome your new boxer into the scene, and let him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, my name is Sonny Tava, California native from Los Angeles. Just basically lucky to meet this guy. So our goal is to make it to the top, take it fight by fight. Not pretty much anything else to say, but that's it. Train hard and continue working hard with this old man, and hopefully together we can accomplish something.
That's right, and you know, he came all the way from Sunnyvale to fight in his first amateur fight tonight, and he's leaving with a victory. So we're, you know, glad that you could come, and glad that you were able to win this fight tonight. Tony, do you have any last words? And give us your little saying about boxing comes from the heart, like you always do.
Well, happy to be back in Arizona. The reason I bring my heavyweights is remind me those days that when I came down, I missed a lot of faces here. They gone. So it's be glad to be here and back in Arizona. It's a good memory.
Tell us a little bit, Tony, about your relationship with my uncle, Mr. Al Finn.
Well, Al Finn is a very honest man, hardworking. He trained me like 5 years, and he really believed in me, but things didn't go our ways. So I wear his shoes as a coach, and I hopefully to be better.
All right, and you know, a lot of the best coaches came from the boxing world. That's what they did, and that's what they know best. So we're really happy to have some great coaches out here. We look forward to seeing a lot more of Tony and his young men. We know that he is also trying to prepare some young men to go to the Olympics. Tell us a little bit about that. What your goal is with that?
Well, I wanted to see Tava. This his name is Tava. And
Tongan assassin.
Yeah, tell the people.
Sonny Tava, the Tongan assassin.
We want to see Tava have get more experience and more skills, and more training, and hoping to see him in a couple years from now in professional.
All right, you're hearing that right here from the Tongan Terror and the Tongan Assassin. You can't go wrong with that team. Any last words or any shout-outs?
We will be back.
All right, Tava.
Family and everybody, friends, thank you for your support.
Thank you guys for coming to the show. Good luck with your career.
Look, homies, what's good with y'all? What's up with y'all, huh? What's good? Can't make no shots, man.
You can't make no shots. I mean, you know, you can't give up though. You got to keep trying. You know, practice makes perfect. You know, that's for all y'all. You know what I mean? Just stay focused. Don't give up. You know, never give up. No matter what it is in life, you can't give up on anything. That's real. You know what I mean? So, just keep your shot going. All y'all. You know, I look forward to coming to the game one day. NBA, man. I'm trying to see y'all there. All right? Okay, loved ones. Y'all be good. All right? I just came to check on y'all.
That's all right.
No matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it. Just don't let it come to a sleeper but a dream. Never give up on your goals, stay focused on you. Focus your view, succeed, cause I'm hoping you do. Keep climbing up the ladder, cause the key to success. Go hard and go home, never settle for less. Life is stress, but we gotta deal with it, homie. Send a prayer to the man to put a shield on it. Work hard for what you get, appreciate what you got. You can always improve, just don't stop. Going for your dream to achieve in your life. Gotta take a chance like rolling the dice. It won't come to you, so you gotta go get it. At the end of the day, add up the digits. Miss Price used to say, if there's a will, there's a way. So I live by it. And to this very day, I kept on mashing and I never gave up. Me believing in myself is the way I came up.
Hold you down, you gotta get up. These are your dreams, never give up. Never ever give up. Keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make it, keep believing. Never ever give up.
I'ma keep hustling till I'm down in the dirt. Number one rule is my family is first. I know you probably saying this dude trying to preach a sermon. Let me speak cause the streets deserve it. At least they learning about the pain and the progress. Face to face with the strain of the process. Don't live your life like a Loch Ness. Anybody can succeed if you compete in the contest. But if you look and you find less, don't digress. Stick with your plan, it's just times test. And I bet with a little persistence, determination and a little resistance, nothing can stop you from reaching your peak. But honestly, you're the reason it's reached. Even if weak, you can find a way to achieve. Man, it feel good to see my people succeed.
Hold you down, you gotta get up. These are your dreams, never give up. Never ever give up. Keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make it, keep believing. Never ever give up.
You gotta stay dedicated, cause that's what it takes. Keep your eyes open in the streets for the fakes. They don't wanna see you grow and get your plan off the ground. Like crabs in the bucket, they would rather pull you down. Don't never give up on your chase for your paper. Keep doing you, stop worrying about the haters. Live out your dream and believe in yourself. Walk in your shoes, not nobody else. Time don't wait, so you better keep mashing. Be a trendsetter, don't get caught up in the fashion. The lifestyle is plastic, move right past it. Or go out like the rest and get caught up in the tragic. You here for a reason, you just gotta find why. You won't figure it out if you don't go try. Never give up, anything is possible. Take me for example, I done made it through some obstacles.
Hold you down, you gotta get up. These are your dreams, never give up. Never ever give up. Keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make it, keep believing. Never ever give up. Gotta get up, these are your dreams. Never ever give up. Keep believing.
Hey, welcome right here to the Change Reality Show. We right here at the State Fair at the Copper Gloves where we kicking it live and we bringing it to you. And we kicking it right here with two great doctors right here in Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm going to go right here to my left and ask Doc, what's your name, Doc, and state what you do to the public.
My name is Dr. Jacob Woods. I'm a family physician at Phoenix Baptist.
My man. And we're going to go farther left and we're going to ask the next doctor state his.
I'm Dr. Jim Eitner, and I work with U.S. HealthWorks doing occupational medicine.
How long you been working with boxing, and what do you like about boxing and working with these young youths?
This is my first week still working with the boxing, and it's just nice to come out and get to see kids or learn how to participate in sports.
And do you have any positive advice for these young kids out here, especially the young kids that want to be gangbangers and thugs and drug dealers? What kind of advice would you give that kid?
Oh, to stay in school and find an activity they can do it'll be better with their time.
And now we're going to go further to Doc right here. What would be your expertise to some of these young guys? Because you've been working around boxing a while now, correct? What would be your positive image to these young kids that's out here trying to be thugs and gangsters?
Find a good role model and stick with them. Find something like boxing or a sport and make that your family rather than a gang.
Right. Now, how long have you been participating in these? Because I've been seeing you for the last couple of years when we start coming to the Golden Gloves with my wife's cousin, Kelly Finn.
With the boxing and MMA for about the last 2-3 years.
Right. And do you have a profession far as outside of being a doctor that you work with kids on the side, or you just do the doctor's work?
I do just basically the doctor's work, but do work with several of the high schools and several other sports.
Well, here, you're kicking it live right here at the Change Reality Show. Both doctors kicking it live right here at the Copper Gloves. Much love to Kelly Finn and the family and Uncle Al. Peace and love. We see you next time. My man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome right here to the Change Reality Show. We're kicking it live right here at the Phoenix State Fair right here in Arizona at the Copper Gloves. You see us Copper Glove Down T-shirts. Copper Gloves been around for 42 years.
My name is Rob Velez, a professional ring announcer and working for Fanbase Promotions now. So we're just out here supporting the cause. Went to a smoker last week, and I think we try to take Fanbase into like the grassroots effort. So I went to the smoker last weekend, and I told my friends, I said, you know what? I fell in love with it. I used to coach a lot of youth sports, so back a couple of years back, it was all youth organization, all youth sports. So when I got to the smoker, I was like, you know what, this is where it's at, man.
That's what I want to do.
That's right. So we ended up back over here, and unfortunately we didn't have as many fights as we thought, but we'll come back tomorrow and see what we got. But these kids fight their heart out.
Amen.
They don't know anything other than doing that. Once you get to pros, it's a little different. Take care of your body. Things are different. But here, these guys are just going at it. They give their hearts out, and it's good for the fans.
So you're right. Now, what I want to ask you, Brother Ralph, correct? Yeah. Now, when me and my wife first met you, I think it was in April of this year at the Celebrity Theater, at Arm Boy Promotions thing. I told you, man, your announcement was powerful. You feel me? I was feeling that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say, man, what positive advice would you give these young youths about trying to be a gangbanger, a drug dealer, and want to tear up their own community? What advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, I understand. I grew up in South Mountain area, South Phoenix area, Central and Southern, so I was in the kind of the heart of everything that was going on. To me, what kept me going was I was blessed enough to have two good parents, and my father, who was my first baseball coach, and he taught me, that baseball imitates life. And for sport, any kind of sport, baseball, basketball, boxing, it imitates life. Life lesson. When these boys are in here by themselves, they're by themselves, and no one else going to save them. So when they're in there, it teaches them, you know what? I can do it in there. I've been doing it since I was 6 years old. So when I'm out in the real world, guess what? I've already done more than what 99% of these people even would have the guts to do.
Right.
Why can't I get here and get a job? Why can't I get here and do things that are different? So to me, my advice would be, you know what? If you get in something, stick with it, especially sports. If they start early, if you are out there being some kind of coach or big brother or whatever it is, if you see kids that are having issues, that are starting to act out, those are the ones you need to bring into a little bit more. I mean, as a coach, I would always see kids that maybe didn't have parents or were getting dropped off or were just, being thrown. Basically, we were babysitters. And I didn't mind that at all because it gave me the opportunity to say, okay, I've got 2 hours, 3 days a week with this kid. I can make a difference. That's right. So we've had 3 or 4 kids that we've coached, along with Juan Varela, who is another that's big into the boxing here with the smoker that we actually went to. Yeah. He threw it on. He used to coach with me too. We come from the same parts of the city, and it just so happens that now we're back joining forces again together to help here. So it makes a big difference to me that even though I don't have any kids in boxing, my son plays basketball. He didn't play baseball, but to me, my calling, my soul is It doesn't matter if they're my kids or not, because once I have them on a team, or they're in here, or they're with us, they are my kids. They are my kids. Absolutely.
So we appreciate that. And another thing I want to ask you, where do you see yourself going in the next couple of years with what you're doing as far as working with the youth, being a sports announcer, and just doing great things and giving back to your community? Tell the fans that.
Well, the plans are for fan base promotions. The reason why I decided to go ahead and take on this role to help Darren Schmidt, who is the actual owner of the company, is in baseball. I used to have a lot of camps, and I used to do camps for kids that didn't have homes, that were in homeless shelters, that were just basically down and out. Even at 9-year-old, I mean, you can be down and out when you're a 9-year-old kid. It does happen. So I want to start doing camps. I want to start going grassroots. We're going to take it to a different level. This is where it starts, and I didn't realize it until last Saturday that, you know what, if you're a pro already, fine, but the older kids are set in their ways. They're used to what they're doing. To me, that's right. I want to go a little younger. I want to make sure that we do grassroots efforts again. And I want to bring it back to this, because this is where it's at. Do camps, have free clinics, because sometimes the gyms are just kind of expensive, for a kid that's 9 or 10 years old, doesn't have a lot of money. A lot of gyms, sometimes they charge $30, $40 a month, to come work out, and they don't have that. They don't even have $5 a month. So, being able to hold free clinics, being able to do things that we normally wouldn't be able to do, or a gym wouldn't normally be able to do, at that point in time, we're able to offer that to the kids, and hopefully we can get more youth in the sport. The state is a little bit low as far as the resources for youth programs, but with the help of sponsors and making sure that all areas, not only the poorer areas, but even it's right, everybody, because it's not just singling out. That's right, absolutely. So that's what the goal is, and I think that we'll achieve it. We also do need the other promoters' help, though. It's not going to be just one. I want to call out to all the promoters to make sure that we all can work together, because the state needs it. And I'm really, really excited to be taking on this role. I think that together we can do camps, clinics, and do things to show the state that this is the future of boxing, and it looks bright. Absolutely.
And hey, we want to just say, Ralph, that the Streets Don't Love You Back movement is down with you all the way. You know what I mean? Our movement help educate youths about gangs, drugs, and violence, and our movement been around for almost 4 years now. And it started off of my lifestyle, growing up in the streets of Detroit, coming out with the book. Me and my wife got the Streets Don't Love You Back book, and estimated into a lot of other things. Now our newsletter started out in 3 prisons, and then we went to 50 prisons, and now the newsletter is in over 150 prisons now. And I want to give a shout out to my 3 brothers who's doing life in the penitentiary, who runs the movement in 3 different joints, you know what I mean? And we would like to give a shout out to all our members who joined our movement behind the walls, men and women, federal and state prisons. We want to just say we send much love to y'all for educating the ones who's coming back to the street that don't have a life sentence, because once you get that life sentence, it's kind of game over. You know what I mean? So you can't educate no matter where you at. So we want to appreciate that as well. Any last words, Brother Ralph?
I just want to say to all the youth that are here and all the youth that are coming up that want to aspire to be pro, don't quit. Sometimes, here you can lose a couple of fights and want to give up, but just like anybody else and anything in life, never give up, because it doesn't matter if you fail. You're not going to learn unless you fail. You can't be perfect all your life. Otherwise, everybody would be millionaires and be doctors and everything and lawyers. Correct. So you have to pay your dues. And again, I come from South Mountain area, and to be able to just say, okay, I made it out, but not forget where I come from. And that's the most important role. So to any kid out there, definitely never give up and achieve your goals, and just go after what you need to go after.
My man. We want to say thank you for coming on the show, and much love and much respect, man. You feel me? Amen. You know what I mean? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome right back here at the Change Reality TV show. We're kicking it live right here at the State Fair in Phoenix, Arizona at the Copper Club. And we're kicking it live here once again with my man Emilio Time, you know what I mean, that did his thing in April this year, 2012 at the Celebrant Theater. And we want to say, man, what's happening with you? And we done caught up with you for your second interview at the show, Let the people know what's happening, man.
Oh, I'm doing good. getting healthy for this recovery. You know, my knee, hyperextended my ACL, my MCL. So you know, I'm doing really good. Everything's doing perfect. So hopefully we'll be back in December on the Michelle show and
now,
Tucson.
I want to ask you, Mio Time, what brings you out here to the State Fair, man? You kicking it with family, or what's going on? Or you enjoying yourself? What's up on this time off?
Well, you know, just with family, you know, and I decided to come back to the, you know, to the fights, Copper Gloves, man. It's where I came and fought when I was a young kid, and you know, I got a lot of victories here. Actually, actually, I think I'm undefeated over here. To tell you the truth.
So he letting you know how far he go back.
Yeah.
The Copper Gloves been around 42 years.
Oh yeah.
He letting you know as a youngster, he was in here doing his thing at the State Fair.
Yeah.
So you got to recognize the man that put in his work, and he's doing good things, and also he gives back to the kids as well. Tell them a little bit about.
Oh yeah, you know, I help out the kids. You know, I help out schools where I went to school at C.J. Jorgensen's on 16th Ave in Rozier. I go help out with the kids, with the preschoolers, the kindergarten and first grades. Help out to read and help out whatever I can to help them learn even more. And then we did this thing for homeless people to feed the shelter. And you know, I try as much as I can to help out for the kids that, you know, that started where I was from, you know, from South Phoenix or wherever you're from, you know, where it's really hard and, you know, you're in a rough neighborhood and you're surrounded by drugs, you know, about everything. And, you know, what I try to do, team Milo Time, we try to do is keep you out of there and keep your head focused on whatever you're doing, sports, school, whatever it is. We try to help out as much as you can.
My man. Now, I want to ask you before you leave, because I know y'all here hanging out with the family, Mio. What's your long-term goal, young man? Yeah, I mean, I know you're pro now. You got, what, 5 or 6 under your belt now?
6 now. I'm 6-0 right now.
Right. So what is your long-term goal, man, as far as where you come from with that community and your giving back status? What's your long-term goal with that community?
Well, you know, as hopefully, you know, if God is willing, you know, helps me get farther into like the Mayweather money. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And it's possible.
Oh yeah. And you know, as much as I can get with this boxing game, you know, I'm gonna try as much as I can. But other than that, you know, I'm gonna try even more with the community as much as I can. And hopefully one day I can have my own restaurant. Yeah, my own restaurant. You know, my own place where I can help out with any kids. You know, to help out with whatever I can do. And you know, like I said, I want to do my own restaurant, and I want to do some things at my restaurant where we have for Thanksgiving and Christmas, where I'm gonna have out, everybody's gonna get free food. And you know, hopefully that comes out like my dream. It was something my grandpa wanted, so this is what I want to do for him.
That's it. Hey, and what we want to say before we let you go, Mr. Time, we're glad you came to the show. We're glad we caught up with you. But we also want to say we're glad that he have his mind focused on giving back to where he come from, because I do the same thing in Detroit. You feel me? In Cincinnati, I give back, always have gave back. Even when I was doing wrong, I gave back. But now that me and my wife is together and we do righteous things, you know what I mean, I still give back. And it's a blessing. And it's a great feeling to give back, you know. And nothing is impossible when God is ahead of us. Is that correct,
yes,
young man?
Amen. Amen.
And I know this young man going to do something great, because his heart is in the right place. His head is in the right place. He ain't out here using drugs. He ain't out here in the street fronting. He ain't out here trying to be no drug dealer, no thug. He's out here doing God's work. And we just want to say we appreciate you coming, man, to the show. And we caught up. And any last words to the family out there?
Well, you know, I just want to say, all the Milo Time fans, you know, I want to say thank you for supporting everything, and for you guys for all the support. And you know, thank you for having me, and to my family, you know, well, especially to my fans. You guys are my family. So you know what I'm saying? So that's how I keep you guys. So whenever you guys see me around, say what's up, get a hi, you know what I mean? And you guys too, man.
Facebook,
oh yeah.
or your website, where we reach you.
My website, milotime.com, Twitter, milotime8, and my Facebook, Emilio Colon Garcia. And you can also go to my fan page, Milo Time Colon Garcia, and hit me up on there. Whenever anything you want to, you can hit me up on there, and I'll get back at you.
Right. And don't Dad got a place where he do cars?
Oh yes, yes.
So you see, I do my homework.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh wow, my pops is running his own business right now on 7th Ave and Broadway. It's right next to the AM/PM. It's called AZ Auto. It's great work. You know, I know you've seen the pictures. I know you see the pictures. I know you see. So you know we do good jobs, and my dad, if you get out there and you say if you're a big fan of Milo Time, my dad give you a hookup.
Say that again, Milo.
If you're a big fan of Milo Time, my dad give you a hookup. I promise you that.
Yeah. So, hey, we want to say we appreciate Milo Time coming to the show, man. Check his website out. Check him out. He coming up in December, you know what I mean? We pray that leg get right for he can do what he do. 6-0, standing tall, much love, much respect, and we're giving him a shout out across the world. Peace and love.
Thank you.
Listen to me. Never give up.
Yeah. No matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it. Just don't let it come to a sleeper but a dream. Never give up on your goals. Stay focused on you. Focus your view, succeed, cause I'm hoping you do. Keep climbing up the ladder, cause the key to success. Go hard and go home, never settle for less. Life is stress, but we gotta deal with it, homie. Send a prayer to the man to put a shield on it. Work hard for what you get, appreciate what you got. You can always improve, just don't stop. Going for your dream to achieve in your life. Gotta take a chance like rolling the dice. It won't come to you, so you gotta go get it. At the end of the day, add up the digits. Miss Price used to say if there's a will, there's a way. So I live